welcome back to the channel, and I'm Jade if you haven't been here before, and today we're going to look at a few of the pieces from the new part of the Ensemble collection by FLOSSY by FREDDY. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know I really do love FLOSSY by FREDDY clothes, and this new drop I was so in love with. The Ensemble pieces from the earlier part of the Ensemble collection, like the sort of spring-summer collection, I loved because I kind of found it let you add sort of more practical items into your wardrobe, ones you might wear a little bit more, and the price points are much lower than getting the more like exclusive FLOSSY by FREDDY dresses. And unlike last time, because I'm not in a rush, because I haven't just flown back from the UK with the items, I'm gonna style them for you today. We can actually style them, see how we might want to wear them, so we can like properly try them this time. But I am going to show you up close like usual first, so you can see like a better vision of it, and then obviously see the try on. You might have noticed I am currently wearing the Grace blouse from the spring summer collection. I think this is still quite available, so I thought I would wear it in this video so you can see it in case you never did decide on it. It is a little bit more of a basic piece, I guess, but I will say I do really like my Grace blouse. I love the little buttons, and yeah, I do need to get better at tying pussy bows, but you know, that's just something I need to personally work on. So I did order my pieces to America this time, and they only actually took 4 days to arrive, which is amazing. That's why this video is actually getting up reasonably fast, considering, you know, I don't live in the UK anymore. It was $50 postage, which is about £40. A little steep, I will say, but obviously this was using a very fast courier. It's definitely the most effective courier I've ever had bring me anything from the UK. So for that reason, I'm not going to complain about that too much. So they come in these little pouches for the Ensemble with a little pink bag to put them in. I showed you these last time. I will quickly show you again on this first item. And I have not looked in here. This is a complete unboxing. My first impressions, everything. I think this is the first time I've done complete first impressions on FLOSSY by FREDDY. I might be wrong, but I think I've always checked the items, but I haven't. So, I mean, let's hope they're the right thing. But yeah, I thought I would actually do complete first impressions this time, so you could see. So I ordered 3 pieces altogether. So let's start with this first one. So this is the bag, by the way, just in case you missed that in the other part of the Ensemble collection. But it's just a little cute FLOSSY by FREDDY like drawstring bag, which is really cute. You know, they're really good if you're traveling to like put shoes in or something you don't want to get damaged or dirty. I feel like they're really useful for that. Okay. So this is the first thing I ordered, which is the skort. It looks like a skirt if you weren't aware. It is actually a skort. It has shorts underneath. I really like the material. It's a little bit more like grey brown than brown, which it did kind of look like that on the website, but I think they do just advertise it as brown. So just keep in mind it is a very muted, almost looking like grey brown. I kind of wish it was a little bit more brown, I will say, but I do love the actual like style of the material. It's got like a kind of tweed effect, not quite, but like that kind of way, and then it has these gorgeous little pearl buttons on. Very, very FLOSSY by FREDDY. I will say I think the price point on this was a little steep, but it does feel very, very good quality. Like honestly, all FLOSSY by FREDDY products usually do. So I do think it's probably worth the price. For me, what made it more unique and worth the price is the fact that it's a skort. I thought that's really practical, especially because I now live in Kansas and it's often windy. So I don't wear my short skirts that often anymore because the chances of me flashing someone is so likely, but you know, with this, I will be safe. Oh, and I forgot to say, this is the Mary Jane skort. I will list all the products in the description so you can check it out, because obviously my prices are in dollars and I know a lot of my viewers are probably going to be British. In dollars it works out slightly more expensive, I will say. I do have to be a bit more picky what I order, I think, by FLOSSY by FREDDY now I live here, but just so you can see, I'm going to link them all in case you're interested. Okay, so this is how I've styled the skort. In case you're wondering, I got it in a medium. Now if you've watched my other FLOSSY by FREDDY videos, you'll know I do generally have a little bit of an issue with the sizing. And I noticed their size guide was updated this time. So usually The medium says size 10 to 12, UK size, which would be 38 to 40, European size, which I want to say is 8 to 10, or is it 6 to 8? I'll confirm that. I will put the sizes in the description in every country, but I think that's what it is in US. So I noticed that it had updated and it said medium was a UK 12, but I am a UK 10 to 12, and this is quite tight. It's definitely the right size for me. If I had it like much looser, it would be too much, but it is just that little bit on the tight side. So I don't think this is a UK 12. I'd say this is a UK 10. This is how I feel in stiffer material UK 10s. So that's why I would put this. Obviously people carry their weight differently, so I know it's not like a one size fits all thing, even with sizing, but just do bear that in mind. I got everything in this haul in a medium, just in case I forget to mention it. But yeah, it is just that little bit on the snug side. If you want anything a bit looser, definitely I would say consider sizing up. I do hold a lot of my weight on the belly though, so do bear that in mind. But yeah, this is how I have styled it. I would probably go for a darker boot, but these are what I had to hand. Since moving here, my shoes are one thing that I've barely sorted out yet, especially winter style shoes like my boots, because I haven't had many opportunities to wear them. So these boots were within easy reach, so they're just low-heeled brown boots, and then I put my little Kate Spade beige crossbody with it, which I thought looks cute. And then I actually kept the Grace blouse because I feel like it creates quite a good combo. I love this skirt, this Mary Jane skort with the Grace blouse. I think it creates like an academia kind of vibe, which I really, really like. So I'm gonna come a bit closer so you can actually see the skort a little bit better on, rather than the whole look. And I'm gonna put the bag down so I can talk a little bit better. Obviously the skort needs a steam, so please excuse that, but I think it is super cute. It feels super secure having the shorts underneath, and the zip is to the side, which I really like. It makes it so much easier to put on. And even though it is quite tight on my belly, and I do have a bit of a belly, I don't feel like it makes me look fat. And I love that about this, because there are certain skirts that for me, they really do show off this bit a lot. Whereas I don't feel too self-conscious in this skort. And yeah, I'll give you a little twirl just to show you what it looks like at the back. But yeah, this is it at the back. Again, shorts, you know, underneath. So it feels super, super nice. And I'm sorry, when I turn around, my voice probably didn't carry it as well. I should have worn my microphone for this, but I always forget to charge them. And I wanted to get this up, obviously, so people can see it. But this is probably the most in-depth things I can think to talk about the skirt. I'm not sure what else there is to mention, but if you have any questions, please do comment and I will reply to you as soon as I can. Okay, I'm just sat here editing and I realised I forgot to mention about the washing of the garments. That's something I usually talk about. So with the Mary Jane skort, which I'm going to talk about now, you'll get the insert for the other piece when we get to it. But with the Mary Jane skort, it's 30% wool, 70% polyester, and on the website it says dry cleaning recommended, but in the skirt it says to cold hand wash. So I'm assuming you cold hand wash it. There is not the dry clean symbol in there, so you know, probably can dry clean it and maybe it is more recommended, but typically I used to work in a dry cleaners when I was a teenager. If it does not have the symbol, they don't really like doing it because it's a risk. If it damages, you could then say, well, it shouldn't have been dry cleaned, you should have read the label. So it's like for legal reasons, they often won't. Sometimes it will if you'll like sign that it's your own risk, but just bear that in mind. I kind of prefer the idea of cold hand washing it anyway, because you know it's cheaper, but just in case you were planning on dry cleaning, that's just something to note. Okay, so as well as the skort, I ordered 2 more pieces, and hint hint if you know this collection, it's a matching set. Okay, so here is the Gabrielle skirt. It has wool in it, but it's basically boucle. You know, boucle can have wool, it's just not all of them do. So it's like a boucle wool skirt. It's thinner than like some wool boucle skirts that I do have, which I quite like because some of mine feel a little bit stiff as they're quite thick. But I just adore this. So Chanel vibes, right? The Gabrielle skirt, I adore it. Like, for me, this was one of the main items I wanted. And the skort, because I do feel I will get a lot of use out of this. Like the Coco skirt, for example, I feel is quite easy to style with things. This is in the same cut as the Coco skirt apparently, so I'm hoping this will be really good. But let's go ahead and look at the Gabrielle jacket, and then we can do a try on together with those. Oh, I did forget to say, it's like a faux velvet, the black, which I do really like. It makes it feel really shimmery, but you're definitely gonna need a lint roller on this, I will tell you. Sadly, this one came a little bit ripped, which is why I didn't completely open this on camera, because I was just being careful with it and just making sure there was no damages. But here we are. Here is the jacket. Isn't this the cutest? I do love a boucle jacket, and I will say, sadly, because I live in Kansas, we don't get much what could call jacket weather here. Like right now it's still really hot outside. I think it's gonna be 29 degrees today. I'm fine in my grey bars inside because I've got aircon, but yeah, we are gonna get a little bit of autumn, but we go from very hot to very cold here. But I thought these kind of jackets are very good for like indoor events in the winter where you still need something. So I'm sure I will still get a lot of use out of it. But look at this. So it has the sort of like faux velvet bow, which I think is really, really cute. It definitely makes it unique. If I have one criticism suggestion with this one, is that in some ways I kind of wish the bow was removable. I think if you could have chose whether to have it or not, I think that would have been a really nice feature. To be honest, it's only sewn on very, very loosely. If honestly, they could have done that a bit better. Probably could alter it myself to do that quite easily. I'm not going to because I'm not very good at that kind of thing. But if you're handy with a needle or you know someone that is, I think you could probably do that. But isn't this gorgeous? Like, it has the little rim as well on the ends, and then it has these gold buttons, which are quite nice. They're a little cheap feeling. If you watch my channel, you will know I often talk about buttons, but they are better than the UK's new look buttons. I always bring them up, I'm sorry, but they are really bad. But I do love the colour and look of them. They just don't feel the best. Like, I feel like a lot of buttons on other FLOSSY by FREDDY products are nicer in terms of quality, not necessarily the look, but the quality. So I thought I would share that, but I just think this is amazing. So let's go and put these on and style them and see what we can do. Okay guys, this is the Gabrielle set, and I'm gonna make a bold statement, which I think I may have done last time, but I think this is my favourite FLOSSY by FREDDY outfit of all time. So I feel like this little matching set is perfection. Please excuse that I am sweating to death in it right now, because if you didn't hear me say, it's 29 degrees in Kansas, but I just think this is gonna make the cutest thing when the weather allows for me here. I've put it with this little Coach shoulder bag of mine, because I just think like a simple little black bag looks great with it. And I've got these little Mary Janes. They're actually dance shoes. Because my Mary Janes before I came were so old and tatty, I threw them out, so I do need some new proper ones. But these are little dance shoes I used to wear for salsa, but they have the same effect. I just think this is gorgeous. Let me come a bit closer so we can talk more about the jacket. We're going to do the jacket first, because then I can take it off and not be quite as hot, and then we can talk more about the skirt and it will allow you to see the top. But I just think this jacket is gorgeous. Now, obviously, because of the bow, you can't really wear it open, because the bow would just be hanging to one side. And that's one reason that I would have liked the bow to be removable. So that is my only criticism, but it's still my favorite outfit by FLOSSY by FREDDY. But you know, that is my feedback, I guess you can say. Like, I feel like we're all entitled to have our opinion on things, and that would just be mine if we could have like removed it somehow in a nice way that wouldn't have left it looking messy. I just think this would have been pretty awesome. But I do love it. I got it in the medium. It is a really good size for me. It's not tight at all, which, considering I have UK size 34 double D breasts, so they're not tiny. So I feel like the medium is definitely the perfect pick for this for me. And I've also got it on with a turtleneck because I kind of wanted to see if with the bow it would look weird. If it wasn't black or maybe white, I feel like it could look weird, but it actually doesn't look as weird as I was expecting. So I thought I would show you that you can definitely wear it with a turtleneck. So you could definitely wear it with the tape knit, I would say, although obviously that is why it would make the outfit very white. For me, I think I would go for the black, but yes, I love it. Let me do a quick turn around for you so see the back. But yeah, I love it. So I'm going to take this jacket off and put the bag down, and then we're going to talk more about the skirt. Okay, I do have one little more criticism about the jacket, just something to be aware of, but the top bit does with a popper where the bow is, and it's like breaking my nails trying to get this undone. Okay, I got the jacket off. I still love it, but I am always 100% honest, you know, in my videos. And so if I find something that I just feel like, oh my God, I am going to share that with you, it's not a big deal. You can get it undone. And when it did, it just did it so easily. When I eventually would, but I just couldn't at first, and my nails were all snapping, and they're not in the best condition right now anyway. I really need to paint them. But anyway, moving on to the skirt. So the skirt is the same style as the Coco in shape. I agree, it's slightly roomier for me. So I got both in the medium. The Coco is slightly tighter. This is a little bit more comfortable and has that little bit more room. I don't know if that's because of the size chart changing, but it's not a lot. Like, it's still quite tight. I still wouldn't call this a UK size 12, in my opinion. I would definitely say it's more of a 10, but I do adore this skirt. I think it's really nice, and I have paired it with this turtleneck, which is a thin merino wool jumper. The jumper's from Marks and Spencer's, by the way, and I would highly recommend if you want like an affordable, good material jumper. It's not the best I've ever had, but I think it was like £30 or £35, and it's great for that. And merino wool is really good, especially if you can't afford all your cashmeres, or I don't have enough money to have loads of cashmeres, so I just got this merino wool and I think it is great. So yeah, I put it with this and just tucked it in. I just think they go really, really well. So I definitely wear this like even without the jacket. I do think the skirt overall has more wearability for me, but both items I think I will get a lot of use out of. So I love them both. The skirt does have a concealed zip at the back. I don't know if you saw it when I did the turnaround earlier, but yes, I just love it, honestly. I can't really say any more about it. Yeah, I genuinely hope you've enjoyed seeing these, and I'll just go back and wrap up, and I'm going to explain to you why I didn't buy the other pieces. Okay guys, and the Gabrielle set, by the way, is dry clean only. Just note that it does mean it's a little bit more expensive to clean, but it's not unsurprising with the fact that it's sort of like a boucle wool design. Okay, so that is everything I bought from this autumn winter part of the Ensemble collection. I know that most things are going to come back in stock if you don't have your one in size and you would like something, but I don't know if it's soon, because I know the point of the Ensemble is it's pieces that you'll always be able to buy from FLOSSY by FREDDY, but I don't know if they only restock sort of in the right season, so whether you have to wait a year, I'm not sure on that. I don't feel like they stocked the other part of the Ensemble quickly. I'm not even sure if they have yet. People might know who are looking for the products. So just bear that in mind. If you were wondering why I didn't buy the Jackie dress or the tape knit, I will just briefly explain why I chose the pieces I did. I felt that the skirt and the skort were definitely the most wearable for me. I mean, the tape knit would be, but to me, it was advertised as this silk cashmere blend, and it has very low percentage. It has quite a lot of polyester in it, and for me, for the price point, especially in the US, you can get some really good buys. I felt like I can get something very similar for just a much better price point, which is made of better materials. So for me, for the materials, it wasn't worth it, especially with the postage costs over to the US. So for me, but I do think it's great. I understand why they're slightly higher. Obviously, this is a small company, and for the price you did sell it at, I would never expect it to be like pure cashmere, obviously. So It's still a great buy, especially if you don't have anything like that in your wardrobe. But for me, I do have a couple of similar things already, and I just feel like I could spend my money better elsewhere. And then for the Jackie dress, I like the Jackie dress, don't get me wrong. I just don't see as many occasions for me to wear it. And while I do need to be careful with money really right now, I say as if I just didn't buy this stuff. But yeah, while I'm trying to be better and not spend as much money lately, I wanted to buy the pieces I thought I would personally get the most wear out of, and the Jackie dress just wasn't as needed in that sense for me, I don't think. And I do also have, what is it called? From one of the other collections, she has a button down white dress. It's like brown buttons, but it's quite a similar style, similar neckline. And I adore that dress. Oh, the Vivian, I'm sure it's called the Vivian. I adore that dress, but for me, the Jackie has similar vibes. It's different enough that it would be worth buying if you like it and you have the Vivian. But for me, I just didn't feel I really needed that in my wardrobe. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed seeing this. I hope it's helped you make up your mind or make some decisions on sizing, etc. and what you might want to add. I do know the price points of these are quite high. They are probably one of the highest brands that I regularly add into my wardrobe, but I do think it's good quality for the price. So yeah, I really hope you've been inspired by this, even like similar items, maybe just style in general with the way I styled it or something like that. I will bring to you very shortly a new video on what's new in my wardrobe. There isn't loads, that's why I haven't had like mini haul videos, because I have had to focus on the house. But yeah, I hope this helps, and I will see you again real soon. Bye!